Humans have been infatuated with gargantuan creatures on the big screen for quite some time. Most notably, people seem to love watching them duke it out in big city settings. Little did we know a third contender is entering the battle, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna make things rough for the other guys. Did you hear that? It's freaking hilarious. Oh, God. I'm so funny. I'm so funny. In Clifford the Big Red Dog, a young girl's love for a tiny puppy named Clifford makes the dog grow to an enormous size, which leads to equally enormous challenges and adventures in this modern take on the 1963 children's book. So Darby Camp plays Emily, and she's joined by Jack Whitehall, John Cleese, Kenan Thompson, and David Alan Grier. All in all, it's a pretty good cast. And Clifford was directed by Walt Becker, who also did Alvin and the Chipmunks' Road Chip. About to get me laughing in here again. This is Road Chip, because they're chipmunks. Get it? And he also did Old Dogs and Wild Hogs. This is a quirky, fun, and light-hearted romp around New York City that, at its core, communicates a celebration of being different and the special bonds formed between people and their pets. And as you'll see from one of my guests in this video, that message is easily appreciated and recognized by the target audience of this film. In a Dismodo channel first, I have invited 2 guests onto my show and have asked them to share their thoughts on Clifford. I had the pleasure of enjoying this film with these 2 as we appreciated the humor, sadness, and adventure throughout. So before I get into my thoughts, I'd like to share my interview with my 2 film-loving buddies. Give me 3 of your favorite movies.
First, I like Raya and the Last Dragon. Second is probably the new Clifford that just came out, which I'm talking about today. The third one I'm mostly thinking about is the new Paw Patrol movie. And yes, Frozen is pretty good.
What are some things you liked about Clifford?
The skull part.
Anything else you liked about it?
No. Well, Clifford, I really liked it the first time he grew. It was kind of funny when he destroyed the house. I liked it the end where she told about the stuff about Clifford, because it really showed me how you can speak up about stuff that you could be worried about, but you still have to speak up for yourself.
Anything else that stood out that you really liked?
I liked it the time that she first met her babysitter.
Her uncle?
Yeah. At school, the Clifford came in. I liked it that part because I did not know Clifford was going to come in. I was predicting that, but I didn't expect it to happen because I didn't know that I was going to be right or not.
What are some things you did not like about Clifford?
None.
Nothing?
Yeah.
What are some things you did not like about Clifford?
Let's say nothing.
There was nothing you didn't like. You liked everything about it.
Whole thing
Was it
good.
great?
Yeah. I would give that movie a thumbs up.
Should people watch this movie? Should they take time and watch this movie, or should they pick a different movie to watch?
I'm thinking they should take time to watch this movie. This movie is pretty good. Watch this movie. It's a good movie. It was funny. Clifford is the best movie ever.
Clifford's the best movie ever?
Yeah. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and a subscribe.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure my daughter is better at this whole movie review thing than I am. That said, let's talk about the things that I enjoyed about Clifford. For one, after turning off the adult part of my brain and understanding that I'm not in for some cerebral cinematic experience, it put me in the right mindset for this pure and somewhat magical family film that reminded me of a lot of movies I watched in my youth. I was having flashbacks to many a Disney Channel original films as I watched this movie, and it was nice to feel that feeling again as a grown man. I particularly enjoyed the magic centered around the Mr. Bridwell character, played by John Cleese. His animal rescue circus tent set up in the park was a really nice way to add an additional level of charm to this movie. At first, I kind of struggled with the Uncle Casey character played by Jack Whitehall, but he grew on me throughout the film, and I think he succeeded in his efforts to play a goofy sidekick that ultimately has his own story of personal development and growth. The antagonist, played by Tony Hale, was fine. I suppose something could be said about the message of combating a large company and corporate greed, but I doubt kids are gonna pick up on that. All of the supporting characters that were in it with Emily and wanted her to succeed and wanted her to be able to keep Clifford were very quirky and, for me, enjoyable, and it really hammered home that old Disney Channel movie feel. I liked them all just fine and what they each added to the film. And look, there's really not much else to say about this movie. I'm not about to go on a 10-minute rant on the cinematic sins that were committed in Clifford the Big Red Dog, because again, it's okay. Honestly, I was surprised by this film. I thought it was gonna be a pile of garbage, and I was so happy to see that it contained legitimate heart and a good message. I'm giving Clifford the Big Red Dog 2.5 stars, which may sound like a bad rating, but really it's not. Movies in this range for me are movies that I think are fine. Nothing great, nothing terrible, it's fine. My kids definitely spoke more highly of it than I did, so if you have kids of your own, it's probably worth checking out. And if you do, let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts? How did your kids feel about the movie? Were you surprised by this one like I was? And that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you in the next one.